On the corner of Dave Niehaus Way and Edgar Martinez Drive, welcome to T-Mobile Park. It's Major League Baseball on a Friday night. It's the Minnesota Twins taking on the Seattle Mariners. Starting on the mound in this one, Bryce Miller. Chris, it's a little more common these days, but still, he's a strikeout per inning type of guy. Just about to get underway. Here's Byron Buxton. And that's how this series begins.
First pitch, 7-10.
Fastball for a strike.
That's a ball.
Just off the outside edge. Ball 3. Payoff pitch. And that's a strikeout looking. Called strike 3 and a fastball up in the zone. And now we take a peek at the Twins lineup. Batting third, a guy they're looking for a little more out of right now, Cody Clemens. Foul ball. Swing and a miss as he was late that time. Off the mark there. Ball 1. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Well, there appears to be no problem settling in on the mound out there today. It looks pretty tough to start this one, punching out the first 2 hitters of this ball game. And somebody's going to have to put the bat on the ball, put it in play, and get something going.
That one fouled off. Down to the dirt, swing and a miss.
Well, pretty clear to me. He was trying to go deep right there, but you got to get a pitch that you can handle.
Lined into right, and that'll do it. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And now here's the starter for Minnesota, Joe Ryan. And Chris, pitching on the road has not been particularly kind to him. Leading off, J.P. Crawford.
No, that's out.
And there's a foul ball. The 1-2. And out number 1 on the grab.
Batting second, the catcher.
Take a look at the lineup. In that cleanup spot, a key piece for this club, Julio Rodriguez.
And Boog, he's a fun at bat to watch. I mean, definitely a threat whenever he's got that bat in his hands. But for me, it's all about the mechanics. They're so sound. And when he gets his foot down on time and starts his swing, so much consistency, that bat stays in the zone for a long time, and he squares up the baseball a lot.
And that one hammered on its way. And it backs off the foul pole, home run. He nails one out to right. The Mariners strike first. It's 1-0.
You can't ask for a better start than hitting a home run in your first at bat to give your team the lead.
Naylor at the plate now, and that's strike 1. Here comes the 0-1.
Definitely a swing and miss slider down and in. He finished that really well. Just couldn't get him to offer at it.
Nope, that's outside. Ball.
One out, base is empty, and a run in here in game one of this 3-game set. Two down. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Thought it was a pretty good pitch. Top of the strike zone. We're seeing more fastballs in that location. Hitters, especially with 2 strikes, have to be ready to pull the trigger.
Julio Rodriguez at the plate now as he chases after that one.
Nope, ball.
Rodriguez with another scorching run of play lately. That clips the corner. And that one hit to first. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. The Mariners pick up a run thanks to this solo homer. We go on to inning number 2. Back at T-Mobile Park, and now for the Twins, Matt Wallmer. This has been a career year for him when it comes to driving in runs. Swings through that. Time to check on our umpires. Earl Hendricks calling balls and strikes.
Yeah, well-liked umpire, Boog. Pretty consistent with his zone, so if you're familiar with him and how he works, you won't get too surprised by anything. Sometimes he'll give a little bit off the corner, but nothing too crazy at all.
Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Here's a 1-2. Swings through it for the K. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one. Fouled off. He was late. And he grounds one back up the middle. Lays out, but he can't squeeze it.
No,
the throw is
late.
There. He's in safely, and now there's a runner at first. Luke Keeschel will hit next.
It's been a tough stretch for him at the plate. Just 1 hit in his last 5 games.
Yeah.
Man at first, 1 away. His stolen base numbers this season are good enough to put him top 5 in baseball, Singy.
Ball.
Fastball is outside.
He's just missing with some pitches that, I mean, they're not strikes, and that's what you think. Oh, good pitch is a strike.
Ball
but
four. Take your
so many
base.
times pitchers are trying to tease the zone, and the last 2 pitches that he's thrown, good pitches, but even better takes.
Line to right, base hit. And they hold the runner at third, but the bases are loaded now with 1 out.
No, just a nice job coming through in a pretty high leverage spot right there. Pretty much a model swing on that one as he ripped it into the opposite field gap. And I'm sure he's going to be watching that one back on video because that's the kind of swing you want to bottle. So many positives that led to that knock.
Josh Bell at the plate now. Swings and misses. And it's 0-1.
He's looking for a ground ball to get a double play and out of this jam.
Ball.
The 1-1. Gets the outside corner with that one.
I think ultimately you want to tie him up, get the ball in on the plate so that he can't get the barrel to it and hit it to the outfield.
That one missed.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
All loaded up here at the top of the second. Misses. Full count now.
He's really tightening up his hitting zone with 2 strikes here. I love it.
That ball is foul, and the pressure is building. Payoff pitch. He fouls it off. We'll do it again. Ball four, and a run comes in to score.
He's really gotten himself into a mess out there and now forces home a run with the walk. This inning's definitely getting away from him.
Ryan Jeffers at the plate. Golden opportunity right here. Fouls away the first offering.
Way to lay off that pitch down.
Up and in, ball two.
Look, in situations like these, the air can get really thin up there at the plate. Got to find a way to breathe and slow everything down.
That one misses. Ball three.
And that's a pitch early in this game. He needs called for a strike. Struggling with command issues. He's got to get a little help from the umpire.
Bases loaded, top of the second. And he asks for time now. Chance to take a breath with the bases loaded. High fly ball lifted into air right field. He's got it. Runners tag up from second and third. Throw home, not in time. The run scores. It's 2-1.
That play really shows how important it is to hit the cutoff man. Looked like he tried to throw through and get the runner at home, but it backfired, and it ended up costing them a run. I remember my rookie year overthrowing a cutoff man. Didn't last long before I was pulled aside by a veteran pitcher. He had a talk with me, and I don't know if I ever missed a cutoff man again.
Foul ball there. Two on, two outs. That's a strike, and he inches closer to getting out of the jam. Got him swinging for the strikeout. Good job at damage control right there. Back in Seattle and stepping in for the Mariners, Randy Arozarena.
The only adjustment he needs to make is his target. If you aim at the outside corner, that slider's going to end up way off the plate. Perhaps look a little more down the middle, and you get it right where you want it.
Ripped on the ground to second. Leadoff man retired here in the second.
Batting sixth, the right fielder, number 20, Luke Raley.
Ball, that's up.
Here's a 1-1. Hit on the ground to the right side. Bell takes it to the bag. Already two out here in the home half of inning number 2.
Rob Refsnyder.
So now the DH spot, Rob Refsnyder. To the right side. And it's through for a hit. And the tying run is on base.
Batting eighth, the second baseman, Cole Young.
That's the ball.
Catcher challenge. We'll take another look. So the call stands. Still one challenge left for them. That one hammered, but pulled foul. Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. Going back, pulls it in on the warning track. One hit, one left. We head on now to the top of the third. It's the Twins. Welcome back. Last series, the pitching was not good as we take a check of the numbers.
Well, these Twins doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of them. They're doing a good job of working the pitch count, and they've been able to push a couple of runs across to score as well.
1-1 now.
Early, but with the pair of runs already on the board, the ripple effect of that high pitch count might set them up to do more damage later in this game.
Though Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game. Cold strike 3 on the fastball, and that ran back over the inner half.
Up next for the Twins, the third baseman, number 2, Cody Clemens.
First pitch misses. It is interesting, though, when you consider the way the game is run now. Doesn't even matter that much if your starter doesn't go that deep, because teams are really aggressively building their bullpens.
Ball.
And that's
Inside,
off the
ball.
inside edge. 3-1. High fly ball, pretty well struck out towards right center. Carrying well. Feeling for the wall as he makes the catch.
Up next for the Twins, the right fielder.
And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one. Now it's the right fielder, Matt Wallner. He was a strikeout victim his first time. His home run numbers stand out, Chris. Nobody has hit more in his team. That's in there. And it's 0-2. Got him swinging. Down go. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league. And that's in there at the knees for a strike.
Ball.
The 1-1 is fouled off.
No, that missed. That's a ball.
Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. Goes down swinging for the strikeout. Chase the fastball up the ladder for strike 3.
Bogey just ran out of patience there. He took a couple of pitches to even that count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes, but that time chased outside the zone.
Crawford bats left, throws right, hitting leadoff in today's game, and his on-base percentage so far this season right around .380.
Got to be down in the zone with that 2-seamer if you're gonna be effective with it.
Next offering is fouled back. That one not close. It's 2-2. Stays alive. Popped up. Lopez in position. 2 down. And And now here is Cal Raleigh. 1 for 1 so far today with a solo homer in his first at bat. He's one of the best players in baseball at driving in runs, Chris. His RBI totals this season rank him in the top 10. Two down, nobody on. Swing, and this one's bounced on the ground. Dives, but it kicks off his glove. No play. That's an infield single.
Up next for the Mariners, the first baseman, number 12, Josh Naylor.
And that gets the top of the zone for a strike. Raleigh off of first with 2 away. And a foul ball. Here's the 0-2. That one's upstairs, ball 1.
That's a really good job of laying off the 0-2 high fastball. Is going to make that pitcher really have to respect this.
3.
That's strike 3 and the 3rd out. So we take a break. 1 hit, 1 left. 3 innings complete. It's the Twins 2 and the Mariners 1. Back at T-Mobile Park. Now it's the Twins DH, Victor Caratini. Miller back to work.
Ball.
That's in for a strike. Nasty pitch. Swing and a foul back. That's out of play. 1-2 now.
Ball outside.
Swing and a miss. Picks up strikeout number 7.
Boog, if you can set up a good 2-strike splitter with the fastball on the previous pitch, it's going to be so tough to recognize and adjust your swing to get a piece of it. Clearly had him reaching for it right there.
Back one.
Way inside.
Straighten him up a little bit.
And a swing and a miss.
He's been able to go inside as well as outside, effectively working both sides of the plate in this at bat.
And they'll do it again.
This guy's a fun guy to watch taking at bat. He just battles up there. He doesn't take a pitch off at all. Makes it so difficult on the pitchers out there. You can tell they get frustrated with how long it takes to put him away.
Inside. And now it's 3-2. Worm burner into the outfield for a knock. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
The batter, number 8.
And the batter will be the shortstop, Otto Lopez. 1 for 1 with a single so far. First offering, runner goes, pitch misses. Safe at second, and he easily steals the bag.
Yeah.
1 out, the runner at second, top half of inning number 4. Got one close, ruled the ball. Ball 2. Just off the inside edge. This one chopped on the ground, but foul. Time called now. Runner at second here, 1 gone. Pickoff throw. Keishel dives back in safely. And a payoff pitch. Laser to the gap, should score the run. Keishel rounds third, headed for the plate. And they lead by 2. Pulls into second. That's an RBI double.
Wasting no time. He's 2 for 2 now on the night. And just a triple and home run away from the cycle.
Seriously, we're starting with this already. Manager out of the dugout now, and it looks like we'll see a change on the mound. Bryce Miller departs. New pitcher on now, Matt Brash.
And that's a big potential run out there at second as he comes in trying to keep the deficit where it is. For the infielders, they got to be thinking about keeping the ball from getting by them into the outfield any way they can.
Next offering is fouled back. Brash, he's kind of a prototypical bullpen arm in today's game. Electric stuff that results in a ton of strikeouts. In a tough spot like this, that is a big-time benefit. In there at the knees for a strike.
Now, as a hitter, when a guy like this comes into the game, you feel like he's standing on top of you, and it's just attack mode coming right at you, expecting to get a swing and miss.
Man at second. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Two down. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Got him looking. That's a strikeout. So up next for Minnesota, Ryan Jeffers.
And Boog, I'd say he's doomed.
Inside move to second, and he's back in there.
Well, I know they've gotten out to an early lead, but you don't want to take these opportunities for granted. With 2 outs, still lock in with a quality at bat. Drive in that run. You may not have another runner in scoring position the rest of this ball game.
Man on second, 2 down.
Nope.
Now he can't squeeze it behind the plate. One and 2 here. Got him swinging. They limit the damage here. A run on 2 hits and they leave 1. And midway in the 4th, it's the Twins 3 and the Mariners 1. This is Twins baseball on the show North. Back in Seattle, so now it's the Mariner cleanup hitter, Julio Rodriguez. Pitch misses, and it's 1-0.
Well, these Mariners showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. He's only given up 1 run, but the starter's pitch count is starting to get up there, and that might be the best news yet for this offense.
Here's a high chopper, and that chance handled. Slings to first. 1 out in the bottom of the 4th.
Up next for the Mariners.
Singing, here's a look at his pitch breakdown for the game.
Well, he's known for that 4-seamer, Boog, and we've seen plenty of it from him today. You don't throw one pitch this much without having plenty of confidence in it. And he's mostly held them in check. We'll see if they can break through over the next couple of innings.
That's a ball.
You know, sometimes all it takes is getting to the next arm before an offense does any damage, and that might be the case today.
Swing and a high fly ball out there towards left field. He's got it. 2 down.
Up next for the Mariners, the right fielder, number 20.
And now the right fielder, Luke Raley. He's 0 for 1. And first offering is fouled off. Two down, nobody on. Close, but call the ball. And that's ball 1. Challenge from behind the dish here. Just caught the zone by a whisker, and the call is overturned. So they get to hang on to their second challenge. That one is upstairs.
Ball.
And that's a little bit high. And now 3-2. That's a good at bat right there. He was down early in that plate appearance. Works the walk. Here comes the pitch. Runner breaks for second. There's a ball. Safe at second with a stolen base. That one finds the zone, and the count is 1-1. Runner at second, 2 down. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Outside with a breaking ball. On the ground, right side.
Foul ball.
And that's just foul. On the ground to the left. Throwing the dirt. Can't pick it cleanly. Now 2 aboard.
The batter, number 2.
Well, we're going to see throwing errors from third base from time to time, and that's a pretty good example of why. If you don't get behind the throw properly, it's really easy to throw a power sinker over there to first. And first baseman, I'm sure he wants another shot at that pick, try to bail out his teammate, but that was just a tough one to come up with.
Next to hit, Cole Young.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
Swinging a foul out of play.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up, try to track the ball, block it if you have to, as far as just a late swing that maybe you're not sure about, but some way, somehow climb back into this at bat through the count.
Fouls it off, still 1-2. Runners at the corners with 2 outs. In the dirt, throws to second. There's the tag. They get him, and that's the inning. Mariners leave 1. Score holds. It's 3-1. We're back, and there's a new arm on the mound to start the 5th. Edward Bizzardo.
Well, he's a big-time strikeout guy out there. This season, averaging more than 1 per inning.
Buxton in the box as he fouls off the first pitch. And now the 0-1. Foul ball. Check swing to the 0-2, appeal to first, and he held up. Got him. 1 gone here.
Third time he struck out in this one, and definitely an individual performance you want to flush. He just hasn't looked very comfortable up there. Just one of those days. But when you're still winning the ball game, at least you can focus on doing your part to maintain that lead and getting that W.
Action in the bullpen for Seattle. Gabe Spire, the left-handed reliever, appears to be getting loose. Here's a 1-1. Swing and a miss. He was late. Strike 2. Just outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count.
Good location, good take. Sometimes you want the hitter to prove he can lay off that pitch.
No,
that one misses, and a full count now. This one in the air, center field. Rodriguez under it. Out. Number 2. And next for Minnesota, Cody Clemens. Out to short. Nice grab. Over to first. Nicely done for the out. Nothing doing here for the Twins as the lead remains 3-1. Bottom of the inning, and stepping in for the Mariners, Cole Young. Close one, doesn't get the call. Ball 1.
Well, these Mariners just aren't putting great swings on the baseball in this one. Just 1 extra base hit for them, so they haven't exactly been hitting the ball gap to gap or out of the park. That makes it really difficult to generate runs.
That one catches the corner for a strike. Next offering misses, and the count's full. Cuts on it and misses. That's a strikeout. And that's 4 strikeouts.
Up next for the Mariners, the third baseman, Leo Riva.
That's off the mark. Ball 1. Popped up. Keishel under it. 2 up, 2 down. Back to the top of the Seattle order. Here's the shortstop at the plate, J.P. Crawford.
Wow, just a beautiful backdoor slider right there. If you've got any chance of hitting that pitch, you have to wait until the absolutely last millisecond. Just a tough pitch to hit, and not an easy one to throw either.
2 down, nobody on. Last half of inning number 5. The next offering misses, and it's 1-2. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. The wide, the kick, and the 1-2. Popped up to the left, into foul ground. And that's the 3rd out. Mariners are down in order, and they still trail it here 3-1. Welcome back. It's been a great game, so let's take another look at the most important moment so far. And here is Matt Wallner. Pulled hard, but it's a foul ball.
Well, these Twins really impressing me with the quality of their at-bats in this one. It's been fun getting a chance to see them go to work. They really made that opposing starter work in this one. Ran his pitch count up, and now they've got an opportunity to continue making things difficult on the bullpen.
The 1-2.
Ball.
And no, they haven't broken through in a big way in the runs column, but with the way they're grinding out at bats, it definitely feels like there's potential for more coming.
Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming.
No, ball.
Good spot there, but didn't get the strike at the knees, and doesn't seem too convinced by the call out there on the mound as he tries to get a better sense of the umpire strike zone.
That's hard hit on the line. And he can't make the play.
Up next for Minnesota, the designated
line
hitter.
drives are tough because they can sink on you. They can even have some ride and go over your head if you take a false step in. Sometimes they can knuckle. So I'm not sure if that was the problem right there. Could have been the lights as well. Sometimes you see the ball all the way until the very last second. It disappears and it gets real scary.
That one is absolutely belted. Way back there, it's got a chance. Going, gone. A 2-run blast. His 14th of the year, and they boost their lead.
He's really seeing the ball well lately. Good things are going to happen when you're locked in like this. Boog, I wasn't sure he hit that one as hard as he needed to get it out of here, but it had just enough behind it for the homer. What an attempt at the wall, though. He really gave a terrific effort to try and bring that one back.
Out towards right center field. Takes it in for the out.
It's a good recovery, though, after giving up the home run. Not allowing it to stay in the head, but going to work at the next hitter, and a tough one at that.
Lopez, the next to hit, takes ball 1. 2 runs across in the inning, and we're in the top half of the 6th. And that one ripped to left. He makes the grab, 2 away now. Bell, a member of the 1,000 hit club, and he was a 2nd-round pick back in 2011.
Well, he came right at him right there, challenged him with the 2-0 fastball. Not sure exactly what he was looking for, but got to imagine that's a confidence booster on the mound. You're in that hitter's head a little bit.
Tosses to first, and that is the inning. But the Twins bring in 2 on the homer. It's now 5-1. Bottom of the 6th, and stepping in for the Mariners, Cal Raleigh. He scored more runs than anyone else in his team so far this year, Chris. That one blasted deep to right. Way back there. Tattooed and gone. Another homer. His second home run of the game, and they inch closer. It's 5-2.
He's going to the plate with a ton of confidence lately, and he's getting the results to back it up. No doubt, those two things feed off one another. He's flexing his power with another home run, Boo. Not surprising when you've got that kind of pop, but always impressive going deep twice in the same game.
Derek Shelton out of the dugout, and he will make the move. Joe Ryan is done. Not his best performance, but he leaves with the lead. And we'll get a new arm into the game after this. On the mound now for the Twins, Dan Altavilla.
Well, he's been a really tough guy to take deep this season. You usually have to string some hits together in order to get to him.
Late swing, foul to the left. Nobody on, nobody out with a run in here in the bottom of the 6th. And a swing and a miss there.
Man, he really sells the changeup with that arm action.
Oh, man, that smoked him on the mound. Gets it there in time, though, and they get it out of the play.
Now pitching for
Yoendrys Gomez, ready or not, in the game now after the injury. Ready to make his season debut. And now it's Julio Rodriguez. He's grounded out a couple of times.
Outside. That's a ball.
Back to the mound. He's got it. Throw to first in time.
Up next for the Mariners, the left fielder, Randy Arozarena.
Ball. That's high. Hey!
On the ground.
Foul ball.
And it goes just foul. 2 down, nobody on. And now it's even up. This one popped up. Foul ground, first base side. And that is that. One run closer for Seattle after this solo shot. It's 5-2. Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Gabe Spire. He pitched yesterday, and we'll see him once again.
If he doesn't get a knock right here, that pitch he just took is going to eat at him for a while. You might not see another pitch like that from a top-level guy like this.
Ball, outside.
Late on that fastball. And that is downstairs. And the count now even up. Battling here as he fouls it away. Next one misses, and it's a full count. Bounce to the right, and that one handled. Fires over to first. That's the first out, the top of the 7th. Some activity in the Mariners bullpen. Jose A. Ferrer, the left-hander, is getting that big fastball of his ready to go. Strike 2.
It's had a tough day at the plate. 3 strikeouts already. It's hard not to think negative, but you got to find a way to somehow center up the baseball and put it in play.
Tap dances out of the way of that one. And there's a rocket into the outfield. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Really good swing right there. You got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
So now pitch hitter for Minnesota, Austin Martin. Runner on first and 1 down for him. Laser could be extra bases. Lead runner holds at third, so 2 runners in scoring position and just 1 out.
Next to the Twins, the third baseman.
Nice line drive to the pull side right there, but he didn't spin off of it. That's the key. You still have to extend through the baseball in order to hit a line drive like that.
And now for the Twins, Cody Clemens. 0 for 3 in this one. Derek Shelton bringing a bat off the bench now. Eric Waggaman. He comes to the plate in a huge spot in this one.
Well, he's so good about trying to drive the ball to the opposite field gap in these situations. If he takes that approach, he could bust this game wide open. Well, he missed a hittable off-speed pitch right there. Not sure exactly with the timing. Sometimes you get a backup breaking ball. You're expecting it to make its move at the end. It never does, and you're tied up.
The Twins trying to break this one open here in the top half of inning number 7.
That's inside, ball.
And there's a fly ball deep right field. That one carrying. Out of here. His first homer of the year, and they tack on 3. It's 8-2.
That's a swing that'll boost the win probability for sure. Well, he almost robbed the home run right there, and I tell you what, he'd love another crack at it. During batting practice, you always like to work on that, and so close, but that one was just out of his reach.
Jose A. Ferrer gets handed the rock out of the pen.
I think it's got to be a little tough coming in out of the pen when your guys are trailing so big on the scoreboard. Just doesn't have the same intensity to it, but He's got to find a way because these batters count the same for his stats, obviously, regardless of the score. That was absolute gas. Triple digits on the gun. It's just a different experience as a hitter watching that go by.
And now 1-2. Got him. 2 out.
Well, tough that at the dish. Punching out for the 3rd time right there. He just hasn't looked very comfortable at the plate. A little unsure of his timing right now. Not picking up the spin and location of these pitches. He'll have some adjustments to make.
This one in the air right field. Oh, and he whiffs on it. And he'll pull into second with 2 gone.
Had to go a pretty long way for that one towards the foul line, so that was no gimme by any means, but it is a play that needs to be made. Might have been a little concerned with where he was on the field or something, but whatever it was, I know he'd like another shot at it.
Man at second here with 2 away. Luke Keeschel, the next Twin up to hit. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. Inning over, and it could have been worse. But the Twins get a 3-run shot. It's now 8-2. This is Twins baseball on the show North. This one isn't exactly close, Chris. Let's go off script for a moment.
Okay.
Were we on script?
Never.
All right, Singy, when you played, how much of a fashionista were you? Would you come to the ballpark dressed to the nines?
No, I wouldn't. Even on the road trips, I was, pretty average. There were some guys that would dial it up, and there'd be some outfits where you're kind of double taking and saying, where in the world are you going? But overall, I'd say I kept it low key.
Yeah, you see some guys into the fashion nowadays and big on the gram, as the kids like to say. Post their fits, right? That's what you say?
Is that what it is?
It's a fit. Your fit, your outfit, your fit.
Got a little drip around the neck, too.
Yeah, believe it. Scale of 1 to 10, how old do we sound right now?
Really old, like close to Social Security benefits.
Yeah. Oh, look at this. And that's a base hit despite a great defensive effort.
Perfect example right there. A hitter who hits the ball on the outside part of the plate the other way has to trust his hands and let the ball travel a little bit deeper. Well, the leadoff man gets on. You want to minimize the threat by playing sound defense. Hopefully the pitcher can get a ball on the ground and they can roll him up for 2.
Raley aboard here at first with nobody out. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Good pitch right there. I mean, he's attacking a location that this guy at the plate tends to have trouble with. And there's just so much information in this day and age, sometimes too much information. But the guys that can take that information, process it, and then go out there, Boog, and execute the pitch, go right after that hitter, and get the result that they were anticipating. That's really good pitching right there. And it's a good job of the pitcher and the catcher working together.
Ball. Barely a hair out of the zone, but it was a ball. They'll keep their remaining challenge.
Ball, that's in.
And the 3-1. Misses the sweeper. And down on strikes. Now 2 away.
Oh, interesting. He's looking very comfortable out of the stretch after giving up the leadoff single. Back-to-back strikeouts. So they haven't been able to move that runner up, get him into scoring position, and try to have a better chance of scoring. I tell you, good job so far on the mound. He just needs one more out.
Rivas in the box here and fouls it off for strike 1. That one a little bit high. Ball 1. And an ABS challenge coming from behind the dish. Didn't miss by too much, but it'll stay a ball. So that removes their last challenge. And that one is lifted in the air. Wallner under this one. That is the inning. We're at the top of the eighth, and now for the Twins, Otto Lopez. Fought off foul.
It's a tough pitch, but in terms of the best pitch you're going to get to hit in the at-bat, that fastball was down enough where you're going to catch up to one. That's the one. When he elevates, hitters aren't touched it.
The 1-2. Goes down looking for the strikeout. That was pretty nasty.
Well, I'm not really sure why he let that one go by. I mean, out of the hand, it had a lot of the strike zone. Sure, it had some good arm side run at the end to move to the outside part of the plate. But with 2 strikes, you got to be ready to swing it there, and you can't leave it in the umpire's hands. Sold it really well with the arm speed. Swung underneath it. So a changeup that stayed a little bit more on plane than what he was anticipating.
And that one is in for a strike. Good pitch. The Twins up big in this one, and we're at the top of the 8th. 99 miles per hour to finish him off.
Toughest pitch to hit. Fastball.
So they turn to their closer, Andres Munoz.
And he's been fantastic this year. Really stingy in terms of allowing base runners. He's just got great stuff that's tough to square up.
Jeffers stands in here, takes ball 1 low. Munoz, multi-time All-Star. He features a slider, a four-seamer, a sinker, and he works in a changeup. That misses. Ball 3. Hard liner. And that is that. Back at T-Mobile Park, here's the Mariners leadoff man, J.P. Crawford. That one close, ruled a ball. And that's ball 1.
I can't play around with him here. It's a 6-run lead at this point. Got to attack hitters even if you give up a solo shot.
Swing and a pop-up in foul ground. 1 away.
Good hard fastball up in the zone right there. They look really good coming in, but so hard to get on top of as a hitter.
Now the Mariners catcher, Cal Raleigh, looking for his 3rd home run of the game.
Yeah, he blasted his 2nd of the game in the 6th inning. This guy looks like he's playing on beginner mode in this one.
Beginner mode is where it's at, Chris. This one smoked, could be trouble. Around first and hustling for second. It's a double, his 4th hit of the game.
Boog, I know you love the slug. Well, slugging percentage is on the rise in this one. That's his 3rd extra base hit of the game. Loud contact leads to the double. I mean, you could tell it had extra bases written all over it as it jumped off of his stick.
One out and a runner at second. Here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. Hammered down the right side, but foul.
Look out. That ball was smoked. Man, I am so relieved that they have this netting down the lines. Just ensures safety for the fans. Last thing as a player, you want to look up and see a fan get hit.
He'll challenge. Thought that was a ball. And that one did miss. And the strike is overturned. So they get to hang on to their 2nd challenge. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. And he dodges that fastball. Raleigh, the runner at second with 1 away. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. Payoff pitch. Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. He didn't make it easy for him on the mound, but they still get the strikeout. At the plate, Julio Rodriguez. 0 for 3 with 3 groundouts. Here comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen. Yoendrys Gomez done for the night, and he's responsible for the runner on second, so the book isn't closed on him yet. We'll be right back. Eric Orz on a pitch out of the pen here. He last pitched 2 days ago. That's in there. 0-1.
Well, they say it's the best pitch in baseball. Strike one. You get ahead on a good hitter as well. Gives a little bit more confidence to move through the at-bat.
And a strike.
An at-bat like this is almost over as it begins. In this situation, you have no idea what the next pitch is going to be. You got to hope that you can make contact.
Man at second. And a swing and a miss. Out number 3. One left. Welcome back as we take a look at their upcoming schedule.
Number 25, Byron Buxton.
Ball.
The 1-1. Right through there for a strike.
No need to offer that pitch until you get to 2 strikes. It's just a low percentage of success when you want to try to go after that down and away pitch.
Fights it off. He'll see another. The 1-2. Swings and misses. And he's gone for the 4th time tonight.
Ball outside.
Munoz, a former All-Star, 27 years old, and he's a native of Mexico. Pop foul out of play off to the right. Two one now. And that drops in for a strike. Next pitch inside. Full count now. Ripped to short. Throws to first in time. 2 down, bases empty. Eric Wagaman now at the plate. He had a big 3-run homer at his first trip. Swings through that one for strike 2.
I guess you throw it that hard, you can get away with locations like that right down the middle. But I still think it's a dangerous pitch. Don't want to do it again.
2 down, nobody on. Here at the top of the 9th. Right through there, got it. That's the 3rd out. Back in Seattle and stepping in for the Mariners, Randy Arozarena. Now a step off the rubber to reset. So coming into the game now on defense, Ryan Kreidler. He's the new third baseman.
Ryan Kreidler.
That's a ball.
And it's fouled away.
Ball.
Well, and those hitters count sometimes can be a little too aggressive, and a good pitcher will play off of that. He's got to get a better pitch to hit.
Stays alive. Got him swinging for the strikeout. The high heat too much on that one.
Up next for the Mariners, the right fielder, number 20, Luke Rayleigh.
Swing and a ground ball into the outfield, base hit. And a man aboard.
Really nice job staying up the middle with his approach. He didn't try to do too much with the pitch, just shot it through the infield.
Slinging it to first in time.
Oh, the ball will find you. You come into the game and better be ready, because it's like the ball knows where's the new blood. But really nice play. That could have easily been botched.
Young can't hold up, and that's a strike. They're down to their final strike. Runner at second, 2 down. Here in the last half of inning number 9.
Ball.
Good job to fight that one off. Just
Ball.
missed.
That's high.
That turns out to be a really good take right there, but you don't want to end this game with the bat on your shoulder.
That's
Nope.
outside. And the count is filled up. Runner at second, 2 down. And ball 4, 2 aboard. Pulls that one foul. Swings and misses at the pitch off the plate. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. First and second, 2 down. We're in the last half of the 9th inning. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Spoils a 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another.
Well, he's having a tough time getting a pitch by him. As a hitter, you feel pretty confident that you're seeing different pitches still able to make some type of contact.
Fouls that off to the left, and we'll do it again.
Well, he hasn't gotten the result yet, but he's got to feel pretty confident. 3 foul balls in a row. He's right on this guy.
Foul ball still, a 1-2 count.
Also really good at bat. What I like about this guy, his bat stays in the zone for a long time. Gives him the ability to foul off tough pitches.
Got him, and that's the ball game.
A win on the last day of the month. You close it out with the W, but you want to carry that momentum into the next game.
8-2 the final here. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi saying so long.